Welcome back to our Pixlr tutorial. In this part, we're going to be looking at actually what all of the overview of what it looks like when you are working on a photo. So if you recall from the last screencast, we talked about how to get a photo in here. You have a lot of different options. You can click here and then it'll load your Google Drive. You can search stock photos. You can go search a Google image beforehand and download it to your Chromebook temporarily so that you could then upload it. But in any case, it's in my history, so we're just going to click here and see what the screen looks like. Okay. So obviously here you have your main photo, and let's take a look at this. Is our workspace. It's called our workspace, and on the right here you have your layers pane, which is going to be very, very, very important for working on a photo. But let's just look over here. You have all of your different options. You've got arrange, crop, cutout, adjust, filter, effect, retouch, drawing, text, add element, or add image. So what's interesting here is that when you click them, you have different options. And we're going to go through what all of those different options are in separate screencasts. But suffices to say, clicking on one of these buttons on the left gives you a number of different options. If you click here, you can go upload another photo to work on, and we will show you the different things that you can do. Over here, so let's just talk about, and down here we have save, clothes, and zoom in ability. So if you wanted to zoom in on the photo, this is where you would click. You'd be able to move this box around to more specifically zoom in on a part that you want to focus on, as well as a split view. You can compare and contrast what it looked like before you started making edits and see where you're holding in the editing process. Your undo and redo buttons are here as well. You have unlimited undos and redos. So let's say I were to just, for the sake of this, start just coloring on my face. Okay, you'll see that undo is here and it goes away. I can also redo. The other part is you'll notice that in the layers, my drawing is taking place on a new layer. So I am actually not necessarily even doing anything to the layer itself, and this drawing exists on top of it, such that if I were to just kind of take this and move it around, it is now movable under the arrange button. That's just something that's very important for you to know, that when you start doing things, it automatically puts it on a layer. What's also really important to note here is that your, and we're just going to undo everything and go back, is that your layers are super important to pay attention to. Extremely, extremely important to pay attention to, because very often you'll try to do something in a layer and it will, you'll find out that you're unable to do what you need to do, and so on and so forth, and you realize, oh, I was in the wrong layer. Now that will come up hopefully during one of my screencasts later on. I'll show you the importance of layers and where that comes in. But in the meantime, we're just going to undo what I was doing so that it goes back to being locked. Down here, when you click on save, you have the option of saving it. But again, I would very much recommend that you pay attention to when it's time to save it, that you save it in your Google Drive. If you save a picture to your hard drive, which is what my options are on a PC, then it will not be there the next time you log in. Please make sure that you save it to your Google Drive. And unfortunately, I can't show you what that looks like on this screencast, but it is something that is pretty self-evident when you call it up. Okay, we're going to stop this screencast here, and in the next one, we'll start using some of our tools. See ya.